We are at the sports complex of JYOTI CNC, the company which has been facing a kind of cyclone of controversies for the Make in India product DHAMAN 1. Today, the company has declared the DHAMAN 3, which the government has ordered 5,000 pieces out of the odd 58,000 plus some pieces, which is the lowest order given to this company. And we have with us the chairman and the managing director of JYOTI CNC, Mr. Parakramsinh Jadeja, who's going to talk about how he sailed this particular phase. Because when Daman 1 was launched, I was the first journalist to ask him that, are you venturing into the manufacturing of medical equipment? Because his core forte is machine tools. And that time he said, I don't know. And today, as you can see this complex, I'll just ask my cameraman to pan around the complex. This is the assembly unit, a sports complex converted to an assembly unit where the Daman 1, which is being manufactured, brought over here, and the vital pieces are assembled. And I'll just tell the cameraman to come back to Mr. Parakramsinh Jadeja. Mr. Jadeja, welcome to Dateline Gujarat.
Thank you.
A very confident statement on the launch of Daman 3. And clearly, how did you sell this? Because the first time when you launched this product in Gandhinagar, I was the one you were traveling back and I asked you on the phone and you said, I asked you that, are you venturing into the medical equipment manufacturing, a complete different genre, which is more of, compliance and a lot of, procedural aspect. And you said, I don't know, but we have developed this and let's see how it goes forward. And today I see a commitment, a kind of statement from you, a firm statement that yes, we are here, we are getting into this.
Yes.
So how did you sail this, whole phase from controversy to this kind of a firm notion that yes, we want to get into the medical equipment manufacturing phase when some of the largest corporates have just completely triggered out of this business?
Yeah. So basically, always a challenge will make you a more a powerful, let's say. So this controversy has given me a lot of challenge, and out of this challenge, my all the confidence level has become more and more that, oh no, now we need to show them that what is we can do, what a Indian can do, and the answer is that today. And we will see that now in future we will have a more and more product on a medical side.
Okay.
And we will do a more and more research.
So this is a statement coming from Parakramsinh Jadeja that it's just not going to stop at the ventilators, but you will venture into more of the medical equipment production field also in coming days.
Absolutely, absolutely. Is this the beginning? And our as an our forte, Jyoti, our mission statement is a propelling technology and prospering life. This is our mission.
Okay.
Again, this mission, under the missions, already we were serving to a lot of industries. Medical also was one of the part, but at that time we were not manufacturing the complete medical equipment. Okay, let's say all your GE, Siemens, all are my customers also there.
Multinationals like Siemens or GE, the companies which are engaged into the medical equipment manufacturing, they used to use your machine tool products. That's what I understand.
They are using my machine to produce a parts. So now today I am going to make a parts and assemble and design. So it's a completely, our different team will work over here, and definitely we will do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does this come from that spirit of sports? A person who played chess, a person once who was a cricketer, that no, if I get out in a duck, I'm going to score century or at least 50, or I'm going to be that thundering batsman or that kind of a strategist player on the chessboard that I make my sure moves.
Actually, yes. This is really a sportsman, always a sportsman, and this is a spirit I am here. So the game is never end.
The game is never ending. That's what you want to say. Mr. Jadeja, what is the kind of, when you say this, when you today introduced to press and you said about your R&D team and everybody, the kind of strong hands which you have in R&D, how do you see this taking forward now from here? What sort of proposals are there for the exports or technology transfer?
So today we have a very most youngest R&D people. India is a young people, and we are looking into a in a different digital world, because we are working into more and more that side. And in export sides, we are looking into mainly on a, let's say, Europe is our one of the target area, because there the European company don't want to be more and more manufacturing. So manufacturing always.
So the ventilator demand is there. for the exports of ventilators from Europe, you mean to say?
They are fully equipped today, but in terms of a replacement, whenever because this is a consumable item, the life of the ventilator is for 5 years. Yes, we are looking to be a good exports to US, to Europe, across the globe.
Across the globe, okay. Which are the geographies from where you have the demand? Because I understand because of COVID
Right now,
19,
right
because of
now,
COVID
say,
19, I think
from
the
the
exports
COVID.
was at a halt. But which are the geographies from where you have the demand post the COVID 19 and the exports opening?
Right now, after export opening, we have two countries majorly is connecting with us. One is Brazil, Mexico, and African countries. So this area we are right now having a good inquiries, and we are working towards to that.
Any proposals for technology transfer or job works from other foreign based companies?
There is not, let's say, you can say, accountable and clear any directions. There are talks are going on, but there is no clear visibilities are there still yet, because everybody's are busy. I think once we come out of this pandemic situation, they are also are all are busy. That
I
so once we
understand.
stabilize, I think that will be a.
Okay. So now comes the next phase, Mr. Jadeja, that once you are, let's say, looking for exports to these countries,
Yeah.
are you looking for getting this product qualified from the foreign regulators like USFDA or the European, medicine and health regulators?
Absolutely. If we have to sell there, we have to be certified there, and we are ready for that.
So you will be sending the DHAMAN 3 for such certification in
Yes,
coming days, and what is the
yes.
timeline like?
I think in US there is a bit longer time, but the European, the CE and all. I think in the next 1 quarter we are able to get the CE and everything to
So
be
the
there.
next quarter you'll have the CE certification from the European consortium.
Correct,
That's what you
correct,
understand.
correct.
Uh, Mr. Jadeja, when you diversify completely into a different area of medical equipments and the way you say you're not going to stop at ventilators, you're going to take this forward.
Yeah.
So you represent somewhere a new breed of entrepreneurs, who is a part of Startup India, who is a part of Digital India, who is a part of Make in India. So is this going to be a startup venture, the new medical wing of Jyoti CNC, or it's going to be under the flagship company only? Or what's the kind of
Absolutely.
structure you have thought basically?
See, basically, structure is not discussed with our financial teams and all, but this is an under the flagship company, maybe a new startup, you can say, but it will be under the flagship company.
It will be under the flagship
Yeah.
company. Uh, are you looking, because there was a news in between that you're looking to export the IPO market, but after 2008, the Lehman Brothers crisis, and the way the things have been panning in this country in terms of economy, you've been a little silent on that IPO thing. So, are you looking how to explore the capital markets now?
So,
We're already in the eye of the storm with the controversy and everything. The Jyoti no more needs a kind of a brand which needs to be sold to your investors.
basically, once we required a more capital, we'll definitely come to the market, because the only market can solve these things, and in near future we will come over there.
We'll come over
Yeah.
there. Uh, kind of when you do a comparison of a imported uh, ventilator and India make ventilator, what's the kind of price advantage you have, and the kind of when you sell it to the foreign markets or the foreign players, what's the kind of cost advantage you really have in this direction?
See, right now, 1:1, you can say that
Okay.
today. Okay. Definitely, I don't think so. We can able to cut down to be a 2:3 like that and all. But at least the way I have seen, and the way the foreign machines are coming there. See, there is a differences between maximum is to be a manpower cost they have more. The software engineers that they are using, their are
The labor cost, you call
labor
it,
cost is
is
very
pretty high.
is very high. So that's the cost advantage we have it. Plus in digital, our boys, youngsters, okay, let's say to develop this applications today to monitoring.
Monitor it remotely through a
Okay,
mobile.
remotely. So these kind of a thing will give us a more cost advantage to us there,
Okay.
rather than the hardware there.
Okay. So what's the present day production capacity if you see? Because Daman one, as you said, you did not, kindly fully upgraded, but some additions were done in Daman one.
Yeah.
I think you said oddly 1200 have been installed in.
So this plant has a facility in a one assembly line. We can produce 150 sets per day.
In a day.
In a day.
150 sets in a day, that's 4,500 sets in a month.
Yeah.
And that would scale up to, let's say, 60,000, nearly between 55 to 60,000 in a year,
If it is required.
roughly.
Yeah. If it is
worldwide if the demand proper. Because why I ask you this question, because the way the pollution data comes from most of the cities in India, the way Delhi is one of the polluted cities, do you see this demand, really coming up in this area post COVID also?
See, I don't know much on this demand side today because I'm just in last 4 months, and we are working just for a development of a product. We are not look at that what is the market, कहाँ से market आएगा, कैसे आएगा, क्यों आएगा, is this a delay, is that I don't know much, but I know the size of the market. The size of the market is today I have a single number is in my mind is $8 billion markets are there.
That's a global market.
That's the global market.
So you are looking for a pie from that $8 billion global market of ventilators.
Yeah,
That's what I understand,
that I
right?
understand.
Okay. Can you tell us how Daman 3, because you came directly with Daman 3, not with the Daman 2.
Yeah.
So how Daman 3, you have the prequels and the sequels generally. The sequels don't work. You directly came with the threequel kind of a thing. So how this is, basically different from Daman 1, and could you just explain us on the machine as to how it is basically?
So I'll tell you the Daman one
Yeah.
is basically is a mechanical ventilator. Okay. When you see that in a Daman one, there is all mechanical functionalities are there.
Okay.
You can see there are more lots of buttons are there. There are controls are there. Many functionalities are here. Basically, this is the mechanical ventilators.
This is a mechanical ventilator, a kind of
Okay.
an engineering marvel, you can call it.
Okay. And this is the basic version. So in that, Daman 1 basically is a basic version of ventilators. In that, there is a one mode is there. This mode called as a pressure control mode and pressure support mode. While in Daman 3, it's a most advanced digitally controlled. Okay. Yeah.
So this is Daman 3.
Yeah. So in Daman 3,
Mhm.
you can have a multiple mode. Okay. This is the mode. You have a volume control, you have a volume control. Synchronized mode is a pressure regulated volume control. You have a PCV, you have a PCV SIMV, you have a support mode, and you have a HFNT BiPAP. So that machine was having a two modes are there. One is a PCV and PSV plus HFNT. Rest are extra.
Okay.
And you are seeing over here, there is no buttons, no function. Everything
It's
is through
absolutely
the,
digital model.
everything is digital model. You can control from here, you can control the volume over here, you can control the your breath rate over here. There everything was on button, here everything on a digitally control.
More than I saw the kind of dossier which you handed over to the media, there are more than 30 certifications of the doctors and the hospitals
Correct.
and the office bearers across in state government and central government,
Correct.
which have qualified this machine.
Correct.
So 5,000 machines. When are you likely to dispatch this? Why the order which has been made from the PM Care Fund? And I understand there is even a requirement of putting the PM Care logo on these machines.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when
Absolutely.
is this going to happen?
So I think from next week onwards, they will give us a schedule, and we will finish in the next 2 to 3 months time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how is this, calibrated with the mobile? You can operate it remotely. Could you explain this chart basically how it works?
See, basically,
Is this the screen which talks on that?
right now I have made a larger screen. It is connected to the mobile only.
Okay.
Okay. There is
So this
there
is a
is
virtual.
connected with the internet.
Okay.
So you can connect with the any internet, and you can connect with your mobile also.
Okay.
Okay. And so doctor can see all these parameters on his mobile. Okay. Right now the machine is working is here.
Okay.
Okay. And you are able to see over here through the mobile
To the
GSM
mobile
chip.
GSM chip. Okay.
Okay, is on GSM chip, so you are able to do
So
that.
get the data
All
reflected
the-
on the GSM network or a platform.
Correct.
Anywhere remotely. So even if doctor is, let's say, not in the hospital, and let's say there are
Anywhere in the
10, yeah, anywhere in the world, and there are,
the doctor needs only a Wi-Fi connection.
yeah, and basically there are 10, let's say, installations in his particular clinic or hospital. He can remotely monitor those
Absolutely.
patients in terms of what is happening with their heart functioning or their
Not
lung
heart,
functioning,
it's only lungs.
lung functioning, and
absolutely.
basically the
Yeah,
breathing
what are the
system.
breathing systems, all the parameters of the ventilator, he is able to see there basically.
Okay. So apart from ventilators, what is now the next leap you are thinking in medical direction, medical equipment?
Right now we will see the all respiratory systems only.
Okay.
We will go to the deeper into respiratory systems. So in these respiratory systems, recently we have made dedicated one equipment called as a high flow,
Mhm.
high flow nasal therapy. So this is one of the equipment. So okay. So this is the need of the hour today.
Okay.
So this is we made. Let's say Then we made this kind of even the circuits also. Even we are into now development process of this case.
Basically for the oxygen pumping, or how it is?
Yeah, this oxygen.
Oxygen pumping. Okay. So this is it.
Thank you.
A company from Rajkot. As you can see, the passion for Make in India. A sports complex converted to an assembly facility. Not even thought what sort of a structure they would go in, but they have delivered their commitment. The first Daman and directly Daman 3 with all the features, characteristics to remotely monitor the patient in terms of their lung functioning, and they are looking aggressively to get into the field of medical equipment. Mr. Parakramsinh Jadeja, thanks a lot for speaking to the Dateline
Thank you
Gujarat,
very much.
and wishing you all the best ahead.
Thank you.
And let more news come out from Rajkot in this
you very much,
direction,
Ajay.
and
Thank you.
we always look forward for such news
Thank you.
of Make in India and such positivity from Rajkot.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot for speaking
Will
to
do that.
Dateline Gujarat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will not
Yeah, I
transfer
understand.
any-
Let's be
anything
socially
like that,
distanced.
yeah.
So this was Parakramsinh Jadeja, the chairman and managing director of JYOTI, speaking to Dateline Gujarat, and clearly the message is loud and clear. He's been a person who has been aggressive with the spirit of sports, a chess player, thinks 1,000 moves before he makes one move, a cricketer, and he says that yes, controversies will not stop him, and he will take a leap from here. When I first time talked to him on the launch of Daman, he was not clear whether we would get into the manufacturing of medical equipments, but now he's kind of firm that he's getting into the manufacturing of medical equipments. Here comes a man from the west coast of India, from the state of Gujarat, from the city of Rajkot, the city of entrepreneurs, to bring a revolution in medical equipment manufacturing with the kind of commitment and the firmness which he has displayed today, and the way he says that he's going to take it forward from here in the direction with the kind of backup which he has in terms of his European facilities and the clientele which has been using his machine tools to manufacture medical equipments. This is B. Himanshu signing out for Dateline Gujarat. Thanks a lot.